better, and probably nobody will join my live stream now, which is typical. And at least this is running. So, I don't know, is anybody watching? Or have they just got bored with me? Which doesn't really surprise me. Oh, yay, it's working. Yeah, thank you, Jan. Hi, Jan. And please do give me a thumbs up if you can. It really would help me along and would be brilliant. And I couldn't get my tablet to work, which I wish I could get it to work, because it would make everything a lot easier to read comments if I can get it to go. Hi, Jan. Because yeah, it's a bit hard to see the comments on this screen as I record. Oh, hi, Hope for Life. How are you today, Jocelyn? Yeah, thumbs up, everybody. And I think I'll get my other phone to read this, if I can. My old phone, just to run this. So, who else have we got tuned in? And of course, running my live stream would help my watch hours an awful lot. Oh yeah, that's great, Jocelyn. Hope for Life Walker. Yeah, keep them kiddies happy with Santa. So simply, Jan, what have I done today? I've had a cup of coffee, looked at YouTube, ran a couple of units through on this new course that I bought that Roland of North of 7 has been recommending, and hopefully I'll get a few strategies to help my channel along with that one. It does actually look really great, and she does have some wonderful ideas, and I should probably put a link to her course on here later if I think of it, but I'll also later, if I think of it, I'll put a link up to Roland's channel, because Roland is the one who's put me onto this, and I hope it works. Oh, hi Homestead Aquarius, thank you for dropping by. So what time is it there where everybody else is? Here it's Christmas Day, and I can't really see what this thing is saying. Oh, it's 2:15 in the afternoon. and I know Jocelyn, Hope for Life Walker, and even Dustin from Bushcraft Tools has been urging me and wanting me to do a live stream, and I've never got round to it. Merry Christmas! And hi Robert, Merry Christmas. Well, I missed that one. And there's been a few bugs hanging around here being summer, so I've got this RoboCan going just to try and keep the bugs away. 9:15 p.m, so that's Christmas Eve in Missouri. Healthy Food Kitchen, hi. I missed your comment, but a big hi to you. Oh, thank you, Hope for Life Walker. You're too kind. It's just ugly me. It wouldn't it be brilliant if Dustin dropped by, but that's probably not very likely. I'm sure he's very busy with everything else that he's up to. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Jan. To have some friends over for supper. Happy Christmas, Healthy Food Kitchen, and thank you so much for dropping by on my live stream. Bless you too, Homestead Aquarius, and hugs to you. So for me, I'm pretty quiet today. Christmas for me is just another day. My housemate's gone out to visit family for Christmas lunch. So that's nice that she has somebody. And if you hear talking in the background, that's just some of my neighbours having their Christmas lunch with their family and friends or whatever next door. So we've heard some of you are getting ready for Santa, got the kids off to bed. What everybody else up to? And I must ask also, how is the video quality? I mean, I'm just streaming this over my mobile network. Oh, puppy cam, yes, I must open that. I think I might have been still asleep when you ran that live stream, Jan. Oh, thank you, Jan. I've just had a shower, painted on my eyebrows, and that's it. No makeup or anything else. Messy me. And of course, I'd love, if you haven't already done so, please do give my video a thumbs up, just to help me along. Oh yes, I understand, Jan. I mean, I used to wear a lot of makeup all the time, but with all these masks, how can you wear it? You get makeup inside of your horrible mask and it's just not worth it. Oh, thank you, Hope for Life. I'll be here for a while yet, just streaming. I'm glad that I've got this orientation all worked out. Hi Flavours and Textures. Thank you for dropping by. Shasta Valley. Hi there, Travis. Merry Christmas. So, I'm not using Streamlabs or anything. I'm just, streaming directly with my phone on YouTube. Thank you, Travis. My Christmas is pretty boring and pretty quiet. Yes, I'm in Melbourne. I didn't quite catch all of that comment. Oh, yeah, a hard time. This lockdown. Yes, thanks for asking, Jocelyn. It was really, really, really ridiculous and been a really hard time. Hi, Flavours and Textures. I don't believe I've watched any of your videos, but I'm going to have to check out your channel later. So my stream's going across okay and no lagging or buffering. Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Jocelyn. And Jan, thank you. Because I'm just relying on the mobile network, and it has been a bit funny lately because they did send me a notice saying that they're updating the mobile network. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius. I will have to check out her channel. Oh, Travis, yes, getting ready to put toys together. I could imagine that can be quite a chore. Yeah, I must say, good luck with that, Travis, putting toys together. Maybe I should say that I'll be praying for you too, Travis. And I'm not sure if you can hear the neighbours in the background. Or maybe my microphone is good enough that it's not picking them up. I'm not sure. So I must ask, have I missed anybody's comment or question? Yeah, it can. YouTube, yes, it can be very, very difficult. I've recently, well, just yesterday, I bought the course that Roland has been recommending. Jad, could I have your question again, please? I did miss it on this screen. What got me into making YouTube videos? Well, that's a long one. I just recently lost my job, and well, recently it's coming up 2 years since I uploaded my first video. I had, of course, watched YouTube for many years, and I thought, well, I can do this, and I'd actually put it off for a long time. And so when I lost, oh hi Walt, when I lost that job, which was a pretty hopeless job, and the woman I worked for, excuse the French, was an utter bitch. But she's got a few videos up on her channel, and I won't show you her channel. She has a shop, and she's a real piece of work. But anyway, I thought, well, I can do this. And I mean, her videos are just spruiking the stuff she's selling in her shop, and it's hopeless. So I decided, yeah, well, I'm good at cooking and I enjoy cooking. And I had always written my own recipes. And for a long time before this, I had put food photos up on Instagram and Facebook. And so I just decided to go the next step and make videos. And I also do enjoy getting outside. So when I can, I thought I should do the odd video when I get outside. Some people who I've watched for a long time before I started making videos were a great inspiration. They'd say, you know, follow your dreams, and if you feel you can make a YouTube channel, go ahead and make it. Our Food Network. Yeah, a lot of the programs on Food Network, they've become more about the personality making the video instead of the actual food. And they show very little of the actual techniques. And yes, beautiful food, but not really that useful for people who want to learn how to cook, and also how to cook a recipe. So I like to show the steps, and I'll link this course in under here later. I'm not sure if I can bring it up on my tablet and show you, but I'll have a go. So excuse me while I look. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. I mean, I do what I do. I've got my tablet here, and it's probably not going to show up in this light, but I'll just see if I can bring it up. Oh, hi, happy Lisa and Beasley. Hi, Lisa. And of course, give Beasley big hugs. Hi. But yeah, this is, I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, she's being crazy. Well, that's Beasley. Yeah, this is a big tablet. It's a Windows tablet. And since I've got a desktop replacement computer, I don't really use it as often as I should. I'll see if I can find Roland's channel. Could you see what I had on the tablet, or was it not showing? Yeah, It's a few years old now, this tablet, but it really cost a bomb when I got it. So, just got to try and see, where could I find this? So I'll just see if I can get up. Getting it done north of 7. So it's coming up, I think. Everything's a bit slow here with the internet. But that's Roland's channel, getting it done north of 7, and the course is linked in there. Oh, I missed that one. Oh yeah, that's really interesting, Travis. I just saw this on this other phone. I mean, I've got 2 phones at the moment, although I might sell this one. It's a very expensive phone, but it's like about 3 years old. And the phone that I actually use for filming is a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which I bought that one new just before they brought out the Note 20. And it's excellent. Like, I use this thing here, the stylus out of the phone, as a remote control for my filming, and I edit on my phone using the InShot paid program, but I also link my phone to my desktop replacement computer when I'm editing, so I can do things between the big screen and the phone both at the same time. Oh yes, this one, yep. And it's got a clicker button on that I can click to use as a shutter button or whatever. And I won't wave it around too much because it's also got these air gesture things, which does allow and open some other functions. Oh, I'll give you another look at that, Walt. I don't know, can you see it? And it's basically, it's a stylus that goes inside the Samsung Note series phones. Oh yeah, like Star Trek. Yeah, it is an interesting thing. And it does make this job so much easier. You know, I can click the little button on the side to stop filming, start filming, zoom in, zoom out, and even like rotate the screen. Yes, it is, well, it is actually a remote control for this phone, as well as being capable of writing on the screen for like your notes and things. So I don't carry a notepad these days because I can just write directly on the screen. So another little project I've been working on is that I've written a prepper's fried rice recipe. Oh yeah, it'd be great if Kirk could have got on here, but yeah, if he's at work, what else can he do? But anyway, I've made this fried rice recipe, and with the recipe I use, like, I don't have a dehydrator at the moment, but I want to get one so I can dehydrate my own food. But in this fried rice I've used beef jerky, dried shrimp, dried shallots, which you could also use dried onions, and dried Asian fried garlic, which has a brilliant flavour, and it could well be a brilliant video to add to Page Family Homestead's video series, their Let's Dehydrate, hashtag Let's Dehydrate. Oh yes, I'm hearing you, Travis. I think I saw your comment. Oh yeah, the Ninja food dryer. Yes, I've seen a little about that, and it does look a great machine. Was that Lisa, I think? These comments do flash up and go away from here very, very, very quickly. And it's great to see I've got 8 viewing and I've got 7 thumbs up, which is really nice to see. Abner Yalung, thank you for joining. Hello. And is there anybody who I've missed here? Yes, I see 8 thumbs up now. If anybody who I've missed, please say hi so that I can say hi back, because the comments on this little screen, they disappear very quickly. Oh, I can, that's good. It must, my interaction must be a bit slow. I see 8 thumbs up. Christmas cookie hangover. Oh dear, Travis. I think you might need a beer to flush that down. Should I say COVID cough? I'm joking about that one. We've got to laugh about all this rot that's been going on this year. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry. Yes, exactly. Happy Lisa and Beasley. A bakery here today. Also, you've been busy with the cookies and the cakes for Christmas. It sounds wonderful. I bet your kitchen just smelt amazing. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Lisa, send me some cookies. I didn't sort of get really into the cookie baking this year because I've got nobody to eat them anyway, so I eat enough cookies with what I buy, and I buy a packet of cookies and that lasts me like a couple of weeks. Probably shouldn't eat too many cookies, so I don't. And, you know, if I had somebody here that would eat the cookies, I would bake them. Oh, hi Todd. Another thumbs up from you, I guess. Merry Christmas, Todd. And I guess if I went around for a poke around the garden, I might even find a good candidate for you, Todd, because this being snake season here, and I have seen the odd Australian brown snake here, and there's many of them around Melbourne, which would probably interest you. So if I ever see one, Todd, I'll have to video him if I've got the phone or camera in hand, because yeah, they just go so quick. And once he's gone, I'm not going to look for him. I'll just leave him alone. Oh yeah, but I think that snake on Crocodile Dundee might have been a taipan or something, which is even bigger and more dangerous. But I think your common brown snake might be the second or the third most venomous in the world. He's definitely in the top 10. But I do see them around, and especially like this time of year, if I'm walking the woodland trail, I do see him. Oh yes, Crocodile Dundee, he was funny. Travis, he was. And I'm sitting here, I'm wondering if Mike will drop by, Mike Humphrey, because if I can, I like to catch his live streams too. And who else have I watched your live streams lately? Oh yes, Travis, they were great movies. Hopes and Aquarius, yes, Todd is a herper and he's got some wonderful videos, and it's just fascinating to see the different snakes that he catches and films. I guess it would be great if I could hear all of you talk back. But where was I? Mike Humphrey, yes, he's run a few live streams, and he has some wonderful live streams when he's going out raccoon hunting and with his dogs. And be interesting if Tom dropped by. I'd love to see if Tom dropped by. I can't think of his channel now offhand. Arielle, which you may ask what blur actually means. It's Singlish, and much said in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, when I lived in that area. And blur means sleepy, dopey, mistake. It's sort of hard to render into English, but it's all those things mixed together. And yes, some of you have asked, I do speak other languages. I can speak Thai, but very little. Dichan put Pasatai Nitnoi Ka. That's Thai. But I speak Indonesian and Malay. Aku bisa bicara bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Melayu. Bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Melayu 80% sama-sama. So I just ran off a big spiel of Indonesian, and I said I speak Indonesian, and that Indonesian and Malay language is 80% the same, for those who are interested. But I lived a long time in Southeast Asia, in Jakarta, Indonesia, and then also in Bangkok, Thailand, and Samut Prakan, Thailand. So that's where I did learn a lot of different recipes. Oh dear, Travis, I don't know if I'm MI6, but yeah, thanks for that. But I learned an awful lot of different recipes and styles of cooking in those places, and I've always been interested in cooking, and anything that I cook, I actually write the recipes myself from scratch. And if I cook somebody else's recipe, which I haven't done yet, I would actually make a big show of where I got the recipe or whose recipe it is, to give them credit for writing the recipe and what have you. Oh, thank you, Homestead Aquarius. Well, I try. If I'm a great cook, well, thank you for that. Oh, thank you, Walt. You're too kind. But, well, my recipes, whatever I cook, I'll research and I'll write the recipe and research it. So actually making a cooking video can take an awful lot of time in researching the recipe, and sometimes even a couple of trial runs before I film something, if I'm not sure if something's going to work. So one cooking video, for example, it could be like about 5 or 10 hours of research, maybe another 5 hours of even test runs, because sometimes something just doesn't work, so I've got to alter it and try it again. Then of course there's the filming, however long the video takes. And of course we all know that when you're doing something with the camera, it'll take 2 or 3 times longer than if you were doing it without the camera. So, you know, what could be a 1 hour recipe could take like about 3 hours to film. And then we have the editing. Slendex, hi, happy holidays. And well, the editing, well, I'm a bit fussy about the editing, so I mean, for a shorter video, it could be like 4 or 5 hours, and a longer video, I could be looking at 10 or 12 hours to edit. Yes, Simply Jan, that is for sure. And then of course, after editing, I have to upload, which, you know, depending on how long or how slow the network is, it can take a while to upload a video, because I film everything these days in 4K 2160, and I edit it in 2160 and upload it in 2160, so that those who do have big screen TVs, that hopefully it will give a better experience when you're watching. And it also films on this phone at 60 frames per second, so that's interesting. And then of course, after I've uploaded it to YouTube, which I'll upload at any time of the day, but I'll set my videos to actually go live on my channel at 3 a.m. my time, which I think might be about 10 a.m. for you, Walt. Thanks, Slender. Yes, the time here now, I've got to look it up. It's 2:50, so 10 to 3 in the afternoon. And I see we have 8 viewers and 10 thumbs up, so that's really good. Oh yes, I see that, Walt. Well, yeah, I was thinking for you it was about 10. And for Jocelyn, I guess that's probably about 11 or 12. Oh yes, we're one day ahead here. Oh, that's awesome. Well, my network has been, upgrading their system, and it's supposed to be, yeah, see you later, Homestead Aquarius. If I'm still on, we'll see you later. But yeah, I use a mobile network for everything. I don't have. Oh hi, homesteading pastor. Merry Christmas and God bless. But yeah, I don't have the cable internet here. The system, it's not very reliable. And the mobile system is basically much more reliable, and when it doesn't lag, it's actually really quite fast. A download speed, if things are going well, of 150 MPS, megabits per second, or whatever that is. Walt can tell me more about that. And an upload speed of about 50 megabits per second. And my internet, well, I have unlimited, but of course there's a limit on the fast data, and my fast data limit now is 260 gigabytes per month. And of course, when I've used up the 260 megabytes or gigabytes, whatever it is, per month. Oh, who is this Aquarius Homestead? I forgot, I didn't see the question or who it was from. I just caught it and it flashed off my screen. But yeah, I'll see what the temperature is here. Well, that's actually, it's not really that hot. 19 degrees Celsius. And I don't know if I can bring that up in Fahrenheit. I'll just see if I can look that up, what that is in Fahrenheit. But 19 degrees Celsius today, so it's a little bit cooler than what it's been. So I'll just... Okay, so we've got it up in Fahrenheit now. So this is what the temperature is today in Fahrenheit. Oh, that's cold for you, Jocelyn. 4 degrees Celsius. Oh, so it sounds like your internet might be a little bit better than what it has been before, Travis. So 10 viewing and 11 thumbs up by this. Nice to see, and it should hopefully help my watch time. Oh, 23 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's actually below freezing. So who wished me a Merry Christmas? My comment was gone. It just flashes up on the screen and then it's gone. And it's just like a single comment there on the screen. So I don't always catch them. So if I miss a question or whatever, please do put it up again. And so that I can answer. But it even looks like there might even be misty rain coming here. There's a few drops. So that's something different than what it normally is. Oh, Shasta Valley Outdoorsman, 29, so that's below freezing too. Do you have any snow? And Travis, or Shasta Valley is, I believe it's Northern California. Is that correct? In the mountains. Oh, so no snow just at your house, but in the mountains. And yeah, I do have to get all these places pinned because I forget where everybody is exactly. And you're in such a big, huge country that it can be hard to keep up what's on the east side, who's on the west, who's in the centre, north, south. So hopefully I keep everybody worked out. Oh, wishing you a very Merry Christmas too, the homesteading pastor. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your family. But no, there'll never be a white Christmas in this place here because officially it's summer. But actually 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 degrees Celsius is really quite unusual for Christmas Day here. Yeah, I love the snow too, and I'm finding as I get older that the sun and the heat, at least in this place, is getting harder and harder to take. And the sun here, it burns like a furnace. Different to the sun that I've experienced in even Asia, for example, or when I've visited America a couple of times when I was young, or younger, Europe, the sun, it doesn't burn like here. The sun here is like even if the temperature's not that hot or the air temperature's not that hot, the sun's like standing next to a blast furnace and what's just radiating off it. It really gets hard to take and you get sunburned very, very quickly. So I missed that one, Walt. You're saying your temperature last night. Oh yes, the ozone layer hole thingy is over the southern hemisphere. I think it's over the South Pole and even extends to southern Australia. Oh, Santa, yes. Did you keep some cookies out for Santa, Walt? Pouring rain in South Carolina. It's about 50 degrees, but it's supposed to drop in the 20s. So if it drops into the 20s, will your rain change into snow? Oh, the wind's starting to blow a little bit. I think it's even rocking my phone a bit on the tripod. I might have to extend the legs out a bit further. But, oh yes, good night. I didn't see who that was from, but I just see it's 10 p.m. here. Oh, thank you. So is that you, Jocelyn, that commented that? I didn't see the name of who's commenting. The screen that I can actually see on the phone as I'm filming is pretty limited. But I'll wish you a good night and a merry and safe Christmas. Thank you, Jocelyn. And God bless. And hoping that you and your family have a wonderful Christmas. Yeah, hugs to you, Jocelyn. Good night. Merry Christmas. Oh, so the rain will be gone before the 20s get here. So will everything sort of freeze up and look nice and white, you know, like when you get the frost on a frosty night? Yes, Lisa. You're hungry. Yeah, I probably won't cook much today. Probably no real need. I might just get something out of the freezer. Oh, I need a beer. Have Beasley bring me one. Yeah, nice one, Walt. I do have a can of Sapporo just cooling. Maybe just wait me a second and I'll go and get it for those of you who don't know what Sapporo is. Yeah, so I'm back. So this one, which I know Walt knows and loves, I just have that cooling in my refrigerator for later. Oh yes, it's beer. And this one is absolutely excellent. And I'll just go and put this back in my refrigerator so it doesn't warm up. Premium beer imported, and it's not stout, and I don't think it's ale, it's probably lager, I think. Oh, so has Walty had too much beer, were you saying, Lisa? Yeah, never that. Oh, I must ask, Walt, how did you get on with the Advent calendar? And Lisa too. Beasley didn't end up ripping it off the wall? I love Bellhaven beer. I rarely drink beer though. I missed who that was from. But yeah, I probably drink beer once or twice a week, and generally only when I'm doing a beer review for my videos. Oh, I see, Walt. So that means there's going to be a lot of treats all in one for Beasley. So I'm sure she won't mind getting 4 treats all at once. Oh, it's falling apart. Well, Beasley will love that. Tons of treats for once for her. I'll just go and put this back in my refrigerator. And I'm still here. And this one for a New Year's Eve wine, which I have cooling in my refrigerator. Fine Wine Merchants, Chancellor and Co. I've never had that one before. Yes Wine, Pink Moscato, and that's sparkling. 3.6 standard drinks, it says. And I'm trying to see what the alcohol by volume is. Oh, thank you, Lisa. This is probably one of the better parts of the yard that I'm in. 6% alcohol. And I was lucky I could see that because I'm as blind as a bat when I try to read when I don't have my glasses on. I probably should go and grab my glasses just to read things. And can you give me 5 minutes? I've got to go and put this back in the refrigerator. Oh yes, I know, Walt. And I've got to go and visit the ladies' room. So 4 or 5 minutes and I'll be back. So please do chat amongst yourself and stay on. Oh, thank you, Walt. And I can see this live here now has been running for an hour, but I'll probably be here for a fair bit more time yet, because what else is there for me to do today? And it's lovely to talk to you, because otherwise I would be here all alone. So I might as well, I'll keep my live stream running, and just to see who else drops by. It would be lovely to see more drop by. Yes, thank you, Walt. And it's really lovely to spend it with you all. And Jan, the homesteading pastor, Homestead Aquarius. Who else has been here that I've missed? But I will look through later. And actually, everybody who's dropped by here, when I do get around to making a shout out, hi Homestead, when I do get around to making a shout out video, I have to give all you people a shout out for joining my live stream. And also those who did see my premiere and comment live. I've done 2 premieres recently, just for something different. A huge, big thank you to Jim Timber, and also to Love Surf Bunny, who dropped by my second premiere and watched through completely and chatted. So I thank you both so much if you do get on here and see this. Yeah, it is a shame Jim isn't here. Oh, so you're going to bed, Jan. Merry Christmas and good night. I better quick run to the ladies' little room and I'll be back. And I'm back. And so much yapping, I need a drink. So I've got here a glass of that Max Cola that I showed in one of my shopping hauls. And I should say a chin chin or cheers to everybody. Salute. Skull. Kunchi Baru channel. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. Yes, cheers. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear my neighbours in the background or not. I'm not sure how specific this microphone is. I'm using the in-phone microphone, or microphones. I think there's about 3 or 4 different microphones, and it can actually zoom in and out. I'm not sure if this will zoom while I'm running a live stream or not. Doesn't appear to. But you can bet that if I didn't want it to zoom, it would be sure to zoom when I don't want it to. So I must ask now, whoever's still here, what's the sound quality like and my video quality? Whether we've lagged at all or my audio has dropped out. It's just interesting to know. Thank you, Travis. It looks good. So it hasn't buffered or lagged at all? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius. So it's good to know that this network will run it. So, we have any more questions and anything, or is everybody getting sleepy and getting time to end this live stream? Oh yes, thank you, Travis. Yes, you have to go and eat. Oh, sorry, you've got to go and make some toys for the kids. Oh yes, so true. Audio is a big thing in live streams and in videos too, and also your quality. or your video quality. Arielle blur. And so a big thing is like, oh yes, I understand, Walt. That's all good. But yeah, big thing is that I do film my things in 4K. Merry Christmas, Shasta Valley Outdoorsman. Have a great one, Travis. Oh, COVID cough. Still joking about this blasted thing. But we've got to joke about it or we'd cry and go crazy. No Olive Garden here that I've seen, Lisa. I have heard that Olive Garden is really good. And I mean, we just have the general here. Thumbs up, Travis. I wish you a Merry Christmas. But we just have the general here. Burger King, which they call Hungry Jack's here. But that's Burger King. Of course, you've got Mickey D's, Doritos, Pizza Hut, KFC. We don't have Chick-fil-A, which I've heard is really, really good chicken. And the KFC here, it's not really much good. KFC used to be brilliant. Like when I visited here like about 15 years ago, KFC was brilliant. And of course KFC in Southeast Asia, when I lived in Southeast Asia, was brilliant. But since I've come back here, KFC, the pieces of chicken are very small. It's greasy, it's often dry, and it's not very nice. Oh yes, so true, Lisa. Yeah, KFC is yuck. And actually those southern fried chicken pieces that I showed in a shopping haul that I get from the supermarket here, from Aldi and the like, is much, much, much better than KFC. And it only really takes, what, about 30 minutes or something to bake it in your oven. You just plunk it into a tray and bake it, and it's actually nicer than KFC. As in being far, far, far nicer than KFC. Yeah, Aldi does have some pretty decent stuff. And some of their, you know, like specials, when they have some camping equipment or cooking equipment, clothing, etc., can be really quite good at times. So, do we have any more questions? Oh yeah, I like Aldi for the most part too, Lisa. I mean, sometimes some of their products are a bit iffy, but most of their products aren't too bad. And often they're a little bit cheaper than the other two major supermarkets here. I've never tried Costco supermarket, which is here, but I refuse to pay their membership fee. And actually the nearest Costco is, I think it's about 10 miles away from here or something like that. So it's a little bit far when, you know, all the other supermarkets are a mile away from where I live. Oh yeah, Walmart. Well, we don't have Walmart here. We have Kmart, which does vary. I mean, some of their stuff's quite good and some of their stuff not so good. And Target. Oh yeah, the membership fee. Meh. I agree with you on that, Walt. I mean, I think if you're going to be spending enough in the supermarket, why should you be paying a membership fee? So, do we have any more questions or points that anybody wants to talk about? Or will I think about ending this live stream? Umami. Umami is actually what I call magic salt or MSG, which I know a lot of people don't like to use, so that's why I always list it as being optional. But these days you can only really get that from an Asian grocer or maybe on Amazon or something like that. eBay might have it. Some sellers on eBay might have it. But basically Asian grocers. But yeah, I use the Japanese name, general Asian name for it, which is umami. Well, it comes from natural sources. I actually think they make the umami in Japan from like some of their seaweed and also like things like oysters or mussels or something like that. And it's the actual umami flavour which is boiled out or concentrated into a salt. And MSG, monosodium glutamate, is actually a protein salt, from what I believe or what I've been told. And it's not an artificially made product, although it is extracted from natural foods. If it was something like, you know, fluoride or chlorine or something like that, I certainly wouldn't be using it. And I actually always use either bottled water or filter my water just to try and eliminate as much of that fluoride as I can. I think those dried shallots, you would need to look. Yeah, exactly. In natural form and not concentrated, I guess. Yeah, that's probably better. And I don't, when I'm cooking with it, I don't actually use a huge amount. You know, like I might use a teaspoon in quite a big amount of food. But a lot of the Chinese restaurants will use about 5 or 6 times of what I use. And I mean, being a salt, that is just probably too much salt for your health. Because it is sodium, it is a salt. So, you know, it's one of those things that you probably want to go easy on. Oh yes, MSG does give flavour, and it gives the flavour that's listed or known as umami or savoury. And a great source of MSG is things like mushrooms or umami for natural sources. The Japanese seaweed sheets that you buy, they're high in umami. Soy sauce is high in umami. Oh yes, absolutely, Walt. Mushrooms is a food that is often used to boost umami naturally in a recipe. But getting back to those fried shallots, maybe the only place where you could find them would be in an Asian grocer or on Amazon or maybe an eBay seller. Or if you have a Chinatown in your city near where you live, you'll definitely find it in the markets and in the shops in Chinatowns. Vietnamese areas of your city will also have the fried shallots. Umami, if it's by itself, it's just the pure savoury flavour. A little bit salty, but very savoury. It actually, by itself, it doesn't taste as salty as salt. It's sort of like a mixture between salt, sugar, and I guess like the savoury flavour that comes from mushrooms or whatever. Like a tamer Vegemite. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't actually really like Vegemite. I think it's too damn salty. If I'm using such a spread, I'll use actually Promite or Marmite. Oh yes, there's plenty of birds tweeting and singing around here. But yeah, I don't even have any Vegemite. Because yeah, bleh, it's too salty, it's too over the top, I think. Oh yes, you went thick. Yeah, you were much gamer than me with the Vegemite. I remember seeing that video now that I think of it. That was on Toast, wasn't it? Or was that somebody else who did it on Toast? But yeah, that was quite an interesting challenge. But I am... Oh yes, I remember, yes. I am correct then, not Arielle Blur this time. Homestead Aquarius. But I am thinking of also doing a fried rice wars challenge. I've made myself a recipe, and I haven't seen anybody else ever do this. A prepper's fried rice. Oh yeah, on thick blue cheese as well, yes. I like blue cheese to cook with, but I'm not really so fussed on eating blue cheese on crackers or whatever because it's a little bit over the top too. If you wait me 5 minutes, I'll get a couple of ingredients to show you that is over the top. And oh yes, excellent. The rice, and I'll actually show you some of the rice. because I have some in the freezer. I always have lots of leftovers when I cook. But the rice, I actually used beef jerky, dried shrimp, those shallots, those dried shallots, and dried Asian fried garlic. So I'll wait me 5 minutes and I'll go and get a couple of those things. Oh yes, actually in the video that I'm yet to finish editing, Walt, I actually show you how to cook the rice using an Asian rice cooker. And I would recommend anybody to get a rice cooker, or I believe those Instapots will cook rice nicely as well. I just wouldn't recommend doing it the old style in the pot on the stove. It's rather hit and miss. But I'll just go, wait me 5 minutes and I'll go and get you a couple of things to show you. So a couple of things to show anyone who's still watching. This is the shrimp paste that I use, and well, you'd probably have to find that is in an Asian grocer or Amazon or whatever. And I'll just open the packet to show you. And this is quite pungent, and a very little bit goes a long way. It's like Vegemite, those of you who know about the Vegemite. I've just got the umami in a jar. Don't know if you can see. I'll have to hold it up. But yeah, it looks like salt. The umami. And yes, that shrimp paste sure does add a lot of flavour. And this is the fried rice that I made the other day. It's frozen because I've put it away into a freezer container. Can everybody see that? And that's made using a lot of dried ingredients. And of course, I've added fried egg and plenty of fried egg in that. But it'll probably be my next actual video that I upload. I've got to finish editing that one. And I'll run these things back to where they belong. But before I run them back, is there anything else you'd like me to show you? Cooking ingredients that I use or whatever? Oh yes, well in these days and times, we've always got to think of where our food comes from. Don't throw out food, but try and save it and use your leftovers again. Freeze your leftovers if you can, because there's so much food waste, and the way that the food supply has been recently with empty supermarket shelves and difficulties that farmers have had to actually harvest the foods or get them processed, we do have to be mindful of where the foods come from, and to even like have foodstuffs on hand. Yes, exactly, Homestead Aquarius. Waste not, want not. But this fried rice that I made, I used dried shrimp, beef jerky, and of course I had the dried shallots and the dried Asian fried garlic, which I'll go and get and show you. But if you can't get the dried shallots, oh, YouTube. Oh, nice to see you back anyway, Walt. Yeah, things can be a bit funny with this platform. But it's good to use things again, and if you can, use some dried ingredients. Ah yes, my next actual cooking video that I'll put up, I've got to finish editing that, will be of the Prepper's fried rice, which that's what this is. But I'll just go and get the shallots and the garlic just to show you what they are. And if you can't get the Asian fried garlic, actually your dried garlic granules or dried garlic powder will work really well. And if you can't get the dried shallots, your actual dried onions that you can get will work brilliantly as well. Oh yes, that's so true, shelf-stable ingredients. But I got a number of these from Aldi. Smoke flavoured chicken, and they're shelf stable, but I found that one wasn't really very nice, so I'll hide that in something, maybe in a soup or a stew or something. It was actually not very tasty. But here, this is the, oh yes, so true, Lisa, that chicken is good to have around, but that one from Aldi, I didn't find it that tasty. But this is your fried shallots. Dragon and Phoenix. This one actually comes from Malaysia, reading at the ticket. I don't know if you can see them in my hand, but that's what they look like. But your dried onion would work quite well as also. And this is the fried garlic that I've been using, Asian fried garlic. And this one also a product from Malaysia. Ah yes, like your French fried onions. And actually for those of you who have a dehydrator, you could actually fry your garlic and your onions and caramelize them and then dehydrate them. Oh yes, barbecue chicken and rice, that sounds good. So, I don't know if you can see, but that's your Asian fried garlic. And of course, I always have these garlic granules on hand. This is Hoyt's brand, but I think, what's the brand that you guys often use? McCormick, which of course is here as well. Oh yes, absolutely. Cook it first and then dehydrate. And well, for a lot of things like fried rice or what have you, yeah, McCormick, we have that here too. I wouldn't rehydrate it before adding it to fried rice. Yeah, I often buy McCormick. It's just that the Hoyt's was a little bit cheaper, so I bought that one. All in one, Merry Christmas. And thank you so much for dropping by to my live stream. But I wouldn't rehydrate your onions or what have you, unless you want them like in a salad or whatever. Yes, just add butter, but add it straight to your fried rice, or if you're making normal rice, add it straight to your rice, because the steam and the moisture out of your rice will rehydrate it. As well as like your stews, your soups, whatever. Let your stew or your soup rehydrate it. And if you're ever going to rehydrate something in water, don't throw that water out, but add that water to your soup or stew, or I guess your apple pie if you're using dehydrated apples, because that water that soaks into your dried product and remains after has always got a lot of flavour in it. So, is there anything else you'd like to see? Oh, excellent. 13 thumbs up. I see 12 here. Hello from India. Nice to see you here. And I'm in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. I do very little because where I stay, we're renting. I don't own this place. And the way everything is these days, we could be asked to leave, and be nothing worse than if I grew my tomatoes and what have you, and they're half grown and we've got to leave. Things are a little bit shaky here with where I'm staying now. Last year I did have tomatoes and peppers and chilies. And I mean, I do have a little chili bush that's looking a bit sad at the moment, but it does have chilies on it. I'll just go and grab it and show you while I put these products back out of the way before the wind takes them. But it's funny, this year the chilies are turning purple. Last year they were red, so I don't know if any of my gardener friends know the reason for that and could tell me. But they were nice hot chilies last year. I bought this plant last year, so it's got through the winter, and I think it's coming. I'll pull this weed out while I'm here. I think it's all coming back again by the look of it. But the leaves at the moment are very small. I might have to, even though I repotted it, I might have to add some fertiliser. And I repotted it with a commercial potting mix. So I don't know if any of my gardening friends here could tell me about that. I bought it from Aldi, and they called it an Asian small red hot or small hot chili. They weren't very specific. I'll see if I can find the label. I'll grab myself another drink too because... Oh yes, good one, Walt. Yep, I'll go and grab myself a drink while you're gone. I'll be back in a minute also. But yeah, a lot of yapping, so another trick. But that's the label that came with the chili. Not very specific, but it's not a bad chili, and I probably should get a few more of these little chili plants because chili is something that I actually use a lot of. So does anybody else have some more questions or anything that they'd like to talk about or ask me before I do leave the live stream? I've got here, it's about 1 minute 49 that I've been online live streaming. Yeah, that could be Homestead Aquarius. Yeah, good feeding, and even though I did repot it, I guess about a couple of months ago with a commercial potting mixture, the potting mixture might be deficient for things such as chilies or tomatoes or what have you. And it does sound like the neighbours are still enjoying their Christmas day. Oh yes, it's been fun to hang out with you too, Homestead Aquarius. Just you and the pup sounds brilliant. And of course a huge thank you for jumping on my live stream. Yes, absolutely. It is amazing how we can speak with friends around the world. And actually the way this year has been, it's been easier to speak with friends around the world than to speak with friends that live only like 5 miles away. And actually for a lot of the time, we here had a travel restriction of 5 kilometres or 3 miles, and we were not allowed to go further than 3 miles from home, which absolutely sucked and was ridiculous, as well as the curfew that they had. And the curfew, I think, was from about 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning, where we had to be locked down at home. So home imprisonment. Compulsory masks. Just to walk outside my gate onto the street, off my property, we had to wear a mask, even though nobody else was anywhere near us. Oh yeah, well, work. Well, I don't have any work here anymore. I mean, I lost my last major job 2 years ago, and that place I worked at absolutely sucked. And then I was just doing part-time work, a little bit of part-time shop work, you know, a day or two here, a few days every week, just to try and get by. But since this virus and all the rot went on, well, that was the end of that job. And that job is now gone completely. The place that I worked, has been shut down and they've actually gone out of business through all this rot. So that's why I've been quite vocal about this virus and quite vocal about this scamdemic, because I've lost so much because of it, and all the small businesses, all the people who worked for the small businesses are out of work and still out of work. Oh yes, people in cars alone wearing masks. Ridiculous. Yes, pandemic, I know. You're so correct, Homestead. But here, you know, all these lockdowns, the masks, the curfews, the travel restrictions, it's all political. I mean, a lot of the stuff they did, there was no basis in fact. I mean, I could understand saying, wear a mask when you're in a shop or in the mall, even though I hate the blasted things. I can see the reason in that. But driving alone in a car? Oh yes, I know. We've got to mind our P's and Q's on that. So we probably shouldn't talk too much more about that, because yeah, they might bump us off. But one more point, through all this, even now, we are not allowed to leave the country except for special reasons, which you have to be pre-approved by the government to actually leave. We're not allowed to, you know, go abroad for a holiday or what have you without the permission. For anybody who is interested in what's going on. But we'll move away from all that and discuss much nicer things. Yes, it has been a mess. And of course, if anybody's got any questions about cooking or getting outside or what this place is like or any random question, please do feel free to ask. Oh, I see. Yes, I understand, Homestead. Yes, the pocketbook. This is a very expensive place to live in and to visit. And if you saw my grocery haul, I did have many comments on people saying, oh, your food and everything, it's so expensive. And well, this being a big island, I guess you could say, cut off from everywhere else, it is expensive. Oh yes, that's true. Homestead Aquarius. Why did I move? Oh, hi, Shook Up. Hello. Lisa, to answer your question, why did I move here? Well, I was born here, but I've spent most of my life in Asia. I'm an adoptee, and I came here just to try and sort that stuff out and to try and get back my original birth certificate, because, well, those people I grew up with were very abusive and nasty, and not for me. and they were never in my corner. They were never family, never even behaved like family. So I came here to legally get that annulled. Oh yes, thank you, Lisa. It is sad, but it's the hand of cards that I was dealt. So I came here to get that legally annulled, so that I was legally the daughter of who I was born to, and not the daughter of my adopters. I mean, my adopters now are dead anyway, and what kids they had are not worth my time. Thank you, Shook Up. It is sad to go through that in life, but it's what it is, and many of us are in the same boat. But I came here to get that fixed, and well, living here and everything cost a lot more than what I expected, and so I haven't been able to save enough money to get out, if you know what I mean. Because basically if I got out, I mean, I've got to pay, you know, airfares, visas, and then have enough money saved up to live on before, you know, for at least a few months before I could find a job. So, of course, my big hope with this is that YouTube would be my job, and that I could make an income out of what the films I make and whatever, and so that I would never have to worry about outside employment to get by, because if my videos etc. made me some money, well, I'd be my own boss for my own job, my own videos, and residual income, whatever would be wonderful. But yeah, to get more into your question, Lisa, yeah, and I never actually watched Julie Childs until recently, like within the last month or two. I never knew who she was, to tell you the truth. Oh yes, England too, I hear, is very, very expensive to live in. Yeah, I must look more at Julia Childs. But getting back to my story. Oh, that's Brilliant Homestead. Yes, Cajun Chef. I don't know that one either. I must look them up. Getting back to the story, I was born 10 weeks premature, and I know people ask how old I am. I'm actually quite old. I'm not as young as I appear on here. So talking about early 70s, very early 70s. I was born 10 weeks premature, and in those days they just plunked the babies in the incubators. You know, no. Oh, nice to hear that, Lisa. Walt, yes, thank you. Yep. They plunked. You're my older sister, Lisa, going by your age. But they plunked the babies. Oh, I missed that, you're young enough. They plunked the babies into an incubator. No human touch, no human contact. You know, not like the programs they have now, hug the babies in the incubators, or, you know, none of that. So we were just left there, and we were left under the bright lights, Because I believe they put little sunglasses on the babies now in the incubators, but we were just left to fend for ourselves. And I must admit, my night vision is absolutely shocking. And, you know, if anything's like even a little bit dark, I don't see well. So that is what it is. But I was always told by my doctors also, oh, your mum, she was very, very young when you were born. And they said not nice things about my mum because she was a single mother. And of course, I have no father on my original birth certificate, father unlisted. Pretty much believed that I was like the result of a one-night stand or an affair or something like that. But my mum was not young when I was born. Yes, I would think, yeah, well, a mum should do anything to keep her child and make it work. I know, Walt. My mum was 44 when I was born. Apparently, what I found out from the Find people, which is an adoptee network here in Melbourne, Australia, is that my mum gave birth to a child, a little boy, I believe, 10 years before I was born, and that he died 1 or 2 days after birth. So I am actually an only child because after 44 there's, you know, not much hope that she'd have any more children after that. So I'm an only child and I'm her second born. But I never got a chance to know her name or meet her. I came back here 5 years ago also to find out all of that information to further answer Lisa's question. And of course, by the time I learned her name and all those details, she was gone. But the story is my mum also was in an on-again, off-again de facto relationship. Yes, Walt, but when I came back here to find all that information, well, if I looked further, I'd only find a grave because, yeah, I learnt that she was dead. And of course, being 44 when I was born, we're looking like if she was still alive, she'd be 90. Yeah, thanks, Walt, but yeah, it's what it is. But anyway, her on-again, off-again de facto wanted no part of it, and he's not listed on the birth certificate. And actually, what I learned is that that guy was not my father. Thank you. I didn't really see who made that comment, but I've just seen the last part of it. The screen blanks out a lot of it. But thank you for... Oh, it was you, Walt. Thank you. But I have since done a DNA, yes, Lisa. I have since done a DNA test. And that was with my heritage DNA. But that's linked. It's also linked with a lot of the others like Ancestry and the like. And all I've found is a few cousins from my mother's side, because knowing my mother's name and everything. Yeah, it hasn't... Oh, hi, Conrad Homestead. it hasn't given me many answers. Even though it's like 2 years, I certainly don't have much information. Just a couple of cousins, and that's it. And like all the numbers, the funny thing to see with the numbers is I've got very few even remote matches here in Australia. We're talking about like 1% DNA and 0.5% DNA. Here in Australia, 0.1% DNA. It's about 500 matches in Australia of very, very, very low DNA, but like in excess of 6,000 remote matches in the United States of America. And of course that is the top of the list, the most matches in the USA. And I know a few friends have told me that a lot of men from the time when I was born and before I was born, there was a lot of servicemen from the US here in Australia. And of course, my mother being from Melbourne, and in Melbourne and the environs, could have quite easily met an American serviceman, and whether had an affair or a one-night stand or what have you, it is really, really possible. And by the amounts of the matches in the United States, it wouldn't surprise me. But, you know, growing up, I never felt Australian. I never loved this country. I couldn't care less about this country. I always loved like pine trees, golden and red leaves, maples, all that sort of thing. Couldn't care less about koalas or kangaroos. I was more interested in bears. Trying to think of the show, Grizzly Adams, I think it was. Remember the man in the little cabin with the big bear? Grizzly Adams, I loved watching him. I loved watching Daniel Boone. Who else did I love to watch? Daniel Crockett, is he? The westerns were always great, you know, the old style westerns. Smokey and the Bandit, Clint Eastwood. I loved watching Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. An awful lot of, you know, programs and movies from the US. Yeah, that sounds fascinating, the barren pine forests. Oh yes, they were great, weren't they? Clint Eastwood's old westerns. And even westerns older than that. Tried to think of his name. And I know who it is, and it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yes, Smokey and the Best, yes. Oh sorry, I missed that question. John Wayne, of course, yes. The Duke, yes. And I also loved watching the General Lee car, you know, what was that? Arielle-Viking. Hi Conrad. Dukes of Hazzard, yes of course, that was so fun, that show. Very very politically incorrect, but as funny as. Yeah, that was an awesome old car. And what else did I watch? The Addams Family. All very politically incorrect shows nowadays, but brilliant. Happy Days. Who can forget Happy Days? The Fonz. And I heard the Fonz died recently. Henry Winkler. Yeah. Within the last week he's passed away, apparently. Oh, COVID cough again. Not really. Yeah, I saw, Lisa, I saw a post on Facebook, so yeah, I might have to Google it properly just to see if that's not false news. But yeah, within the last 5 days. Oh yeah, 6 feet from the camera, yes. But yeah, I'll keep a handkerchief here to cough in. I'm not going to do that elbow thing. Well, my elbows don't really reach very well. Yeah, we've got to laugh about these things. I saw Dustin joking about that in one of his live streams. I don't know if any of you know Dustin's channel, but yeah, he's got a brilliant channel and he's been quite good to me too when he's had a chance. Bushcraft Tools. And he actually sent me a little mail call as well. I should show you a few things that Dustin sent me. Back in a sec. Back again. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Cooking Good in the Wood, Bushcraft Tools, and that's one of Dustin's chopping boards. And a lovely wooden bowl that Dustin actually turned. He turned this one himself. Absolutely beautiful and does get a lot of views. Oh, thank you, Shook Up. It is very interesting to hear others' lives. It is a really nice bowl and a titanium spork from what he has on his website. And these are absolutely brilliant, these sporks. And if you're going out in the woods, it's really nice. The spork of power, yes. And of course, Dustin's lanyard. Bushcraft Tools. And I keep my keys on that. Yes, it is super light but crazy strong. Oh yes, you laugh, the little angel. typical girl to have something like this baby angel on the end of a Bushcraft Tools lanyard, but I just keep like the house keys on that. Very handy to have. But an absolutely brilliant channel and a really great guy, and he's done a few shout outs to me and does comment on my videos from time to time and subscribe to my channel. And I think he's pushing around 45,000 to 50,000 subscribers now, so his channel's starting to grow. Yeah, it is wow. And yeah, I did do an unboxing when I got this one in the mail, and I wasn't expecting it either, so it was brilliant. Oh wow, you've gained 20. Well, that's great. I wonder if I've gained any or if I've just lost more. I don't know. I haven't checked today. But I should have got some watch time at least by this live stream. It's now 2 hours 20 minutes, 2 hours 18 minutes, something like that. Well, yes, that's so true, Walt. Who knows? Shook up. Nice. Yes, thank you. Well, yes, the lives will, if you keep them on your channel. Yes, Shasta Valley. Travis was here earlier. And yes, I've been watching Travis, and he's been watching my videos for a long time. And Shasta Valley, he's a great guy, and I love his videos too. And I'm trying to think of Jack's channel's name, his brother Jack. His channel is brilliant. Also, if you can, you know, catch up and watch Jack's videos as well as Travis's, and I know Travis has got a link to Jack's channel in his video, and I don't know if I've got a link here to Jack's channel that I can show you or not. Oh yes, to watch a video and leave a comment. Yeah, I don't know if it's a comment or even if you thumbs up the video, you know, to watch and thumbs up would Oh, thank you, Shook Up. Yeah, I must check out your channel. Sorry, I didn't know that you've been watching me. So nice of you. But I think even if you react by leaving a thumbs up when you watch, and of course watch at least a decent amount of somebody's video, not somebody who watches like 2 seconds, because I think maybe the platform purges those because they're not really a very valid watch or interaction. But I think if you watched the whole video and left a thumbs up, if you could, or even watching the whole video, because I know so many watch on televisions where it's very hard to leave a thumbs up, and I actually watch a lot of videos, people's content on a large screen, and then I will also open it in my phone just so that I can interact. I'll open their video on the phone to leave thumbs up and to leave comments, because I can't watch it on, I can't leave the thumbs up or the comments on the large screen. So I'm often like using another device than what I watch the bulk of the video on to interact. Crazy. I don't know if I can get Travis's video up, channel up here or not. But I'll see if I can get it up on my tablet to show you. Oh yes, so true, Walt. Don't be afraid to give your favourites a comment. And yes, I'll always give them a comment. And sometimes I'm a bit late on commenting. Thank you, Walt. Oh, Holland Harry on the prairie. Hello. Nice to see you here. But yeah, sometimes I'll be a bit late on leaving a comment because whenever I get alerts of people's videos, if I'm out and about, I'll put them onto my watch later list, and then I'll watch the watch later list that night. And so often I fall asleep, as you know. And yeah, absolutely a thumbs up. I'll fall asleep and the video will run, so I'll end up having to open it again later to actually watch it. And then I'll leave my thumbs up and my comment when I actually watch it awake. So sometimes something might run 2 or 3 times and run completely before I get round to commenting. Because like at night, I'll click on the playlist, watch later, and it'll just run through all the videos and cycle through all the videos. Yeah, I think we do have a lot of silent viewers, which is fine. I don't know if you can see this. The sunlight might be a bit crazy, but that's Shasta Valley. And just see if I can find Jack's channel here. Oh, Shasta Valley. And I might have to even open my own to find Jack. That's sometimes the easiest. Oh, hi Prep for Profit. Nice to see you. We were talking about prepping earlier actually. And a prepping recipe for using dried foods. But yeah, this is what I'm working at TubeBuddy at the moment. I don't know if you can see this, or can you see my tablet, or and yes, I've got the TubeBuddy and I've just gone with that before this course. And I went with the first paid level. I couldn't afford the higher levels, but the first paid level, I've gone with that. and it does seem to be a fairly powerful tool, so learning more about that, and hopefully it'll help things out. But yeah, just trying to get Jack's channel up. And he should be in my featured channels yet. Oh, I missed that one. I'm sorry. I'm getting braver and live. Who is that? And this is my first live stream. Oh my god! I jumped into the deep end with that, didn't I? 2 hours, nearly 2 hours and 30 minutes. Featured channels. I know everybody's always interested in that too. I don't know if you can see. Yes, Homestead, this is my first live stream. Oh my goodness. But yeah, looking. Oh, another bigger. Oh, thank you. Another bigger channel. I don't know if you can see that, or bigger than mine. And he drops by, and he's subscribed to me, and drops by and leaves me a comment from time to time. Don't know if you saw or not. Looking. Riverbend Longbows. He watches me quite often. Shasta Valley. Yeah, a better cam can help at times. I mean, I use a flagship phone, and the actual phone that I'm using is a Samsung Note 10 Plus. So, you know, if you go a high-end phone, that will work quite well too. And if you can't extend to a brand new phone, I'd actually look at, you know, your flagship brands. The second hand, a couple of years old, will also work wonderfully, and probably works far better than your cheap phones. Oh, I missed who that was with the rowdy comment. I missed all that. Arielle Bleu. Still looking. Yeah, I mightn't find it right up here now, but Jack's channel is a great channel. Oh, ambulances. Do you hear that? Or my mic's not picking that up. Ambulance is in the street in the background somewhere. And you hear that all the time in this city. Oh yeah, there might have been teenagers walking along the creek. There's a walkway along the creek that's at the back of this garden, and the walkway to the creek at least is on the other side of the creek, so they're not walking directly by here at the back. No, they'd have to swim the creek to get onto the property, thank goodness. But editing, I use an app on my phone called InShot, but I use the paid version of that app because at least with the paid version there's no watermarks, and it does have some extra tools and features to the free version. But I'll also link through the Dex thingy that I have on my phone. I can actually link my phone and my computer together. So I'm doing my editing simultaneously on the phone and the computer. For example, like if I need the mouse to do something, well, I've got the mouse on the computer, so I can just pinpoint what I want. And I can just flip back and forth between the two. And of course the larger screen that I can see what I'm doing on the computer. My phone basically is providing the RAM or the grunt, and the computer is providing the large screen. Because the RAM on this phone is 12 gig, which is far more RAM than what I have on the computer. The computer I think is about 4. So the phone has got far more power, or computing power. So I'm actually more using the phone for the computing power and then the computer for the screen. Oh yes, the large monitor does make it much easier, and my large monitor is probably the same size as what yours is. It's like it's a large monitor. And of course, you know, the DVD player and that thing in the computer is so useful as well, because I don't actually have another DVD player these days, with DVDs not being such a thing. We stream our videos, stream our movies. So occasionally I might have a movie on DVD that I've got from the library, because it's been expensive to get to stream or what have you, that I can just pop it in to watch it. I mean, I don't even burn much onto DVDs or discs anymore. Well, virtually none, because I just plop into a stick drive and it's just so much quicker and easier. Thank you for coming, Sugar. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a wonderful day. Well, I probably spend too much time on my editing. You know, like my actual, you know, start piece and end piece to what I put on most of my videos I actually have those files saved, and I'll just bang them on. And then I might buy Shook. I might sort of just do a voice over as I need. And I do have a couple of voice clips in them, but mostly it's silent. And I'll just bang my music on where I want it, over the top. And one thing I always like to do, like if you put music on at the end of your video, I always like to make sure I time the music, you know, like move the music. Yeah, 30 minutes from Christmas Day, well, but I'll move the music file so that it winds down at the end of the video. I find it, you know, many do it. I find it quite annoying because I watch videos in full, so I notice. And probably most of the people that make the videos mightn't even think of it because so many don't watch the videos to completion. To make sure that the song winds down at the end of your video and doesn't just cut off mid-song. You know, so often you see many, the video will end. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I have a setting on my editor, like any soundtrack that I put on, that I can edit the sound volume. And also another big help is if you can't edit your sound volume down enough, you can always edit your video volume up. So, you know, you might have your video edit or your video sound, instead of having it at 100%, edit it up to 200% to counteract the music if you can't edit the music down. Because a lot of the audio clips, there's some, I'll actually run them, or, you know, set the volume at 1%. The song volume, 1% of what the actual song volume is. Oh yeah, the music ends earlier than the video. Well, I think that's fine. And especially like if the music winds down, I find it so irritating that the video ends and it's halfway through the song. Oh yeah, that's a big thing too, looping the video, yeah. The music. I never loop the music because, yeah, I understand it's a shortcut. But like a lot of videos I watch, it's very repetitive, the music, and they keep looping the same song around and around and around, and it gets quite irritating. So those videos, I'll often turn the sound off just so that I can watch. Hal and Harry on the Prairie, thank you for coming and wishing you a Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, where the music leaves off. Yeah, you've got your music clip and you just have the one, you know, where it leaves off, because the music you download, if you get it from Creative Commons or the like, it should hopefully be, you know, the music clip and not a looped music clip over and over and over. And I know from some places music files can be, you download it and it's a looped file, and that's really quite irritating. Oh yeah, the music from YouTube. Well, I never use the music from YouTube. And if you look at my videos in the description, I always, oh yeah, I know, I'll always put the song links, and I've got it with Creative Commons anyway. But if you click on that, it's not the Creative Commons one, but there's another web address where the actual sound files come from. You click on that and you can find a lot of sound files that are on that, and that actually shows mostly free to use songs, as long as you attribute the artist and everything. And by putting that on my videos, I'm also attributing the artist, like I've got to do. When I download it, it does say on the thing, make sure you copy and paste this text that's under the song for your videos. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out, Walt, with another play. And that's another good place to get songs, and I've actually found that a better place to get music and songs than YouTube. Yeah, you're welcome, Walt. Most welcome. So yeah, anything I link in my video is for, you know, like songs and that. It is for others to use if they choose to use it. Oh, well, my battery power is 14%. I have to go soon. Actually, that's not too bad. 2 hours and 45 minutes from 100% running a live stream is actually not that bad. So I might just end my live stream here. I'm down to 3 viewers anyway, so everybody's falling asleep or got something they've got to do, which is totally understandable. So I'll end this live stream. Yeah, thank you, Homestead. Thank you. I much appreciate it. But yeah, I'll end my live stream here because I'll have to get some juice into this battery anyway. And probably everybody wants to sleep, you know. Totally understand. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching. Take care. God bless. And I know Jocelyn loves this. Until next time, bye-bye. Oh, awesome. Thank you.